I really think the story of our time is in two parts. I think it's in globalization, and I think it's in technology, and I think they go hand in hand, right? And so I think it's basically the joining of everybody on the planet, right? Most people on the planet, 30 years ago, were not connected to what we would consider to be the modern economy or the modern networks. Today, almost everybody on the planet has a mobile phone. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, everybody on the planet will be on the internet with a smartphone, with high speeds, and fully connected. And so that's the globalization story. And then, of course, the technology is the enabler that makes that possible, right? And so as the world globalizes, technology gets adopted much more broadly. As technology gets adopted more broadly, the world globalizes. So here's the real question of valuation. So there's sort of valuations as we've sort of known and understood the tech business over time. And basically the way that valuations in tech business work, in venture capital work, is basically all of venture capital is an exercise to get to basically 15 companies a year that are the unicorns. And it turns out, sort of the billion-dollar companies. So it turns out like over a 25-year period in venture capital, about every 12 months, there are 15 companies created that will get at some point to $100 million in revenue. Those are the ones that go public. Those are the ones that get to billion-dollar valuations. Those generate more than 90% of all venture capital returns. And so you can basically think about venture capital as a whole. Venture capital today is running $20 to $30 billion a year in total funding. It's 20 to 30 billion a year into 4,000 new tech startups a year in the US, translating out the other side to 15 sort of extreme home runs. Google and Amazon and Apple and all these great companies. The pattern has been very much sort of 15 year in, year out for a long time. Question would be, is that 15 number about to go up? Is it in the process of going up? And the argument for it to go up is that technology is permeating more industries in a way that it hasn't before. So Airbnb is a unicorn in the real estate industry, right? I don't know that there was another unicorn in real estate before Airbnb. Uber and Lyft are unicorns in transportation. They're unicorns now in technology-driven unicorns, healthcare, financial services, government. There's a whole series of sort of industries, media. There's now new tech-driven companies that are going to be billion-dollar companies. And so you can make an argument that says there are going to be, instead of 15 a year, there will be 20 or 30 or 50, in which case there should be a significant ramp in venture capital, and we should stay aggressive.